I'm Jeff with Precision, here with Greg today, and we're going to be installing DWP 111447 GM. It's going to fit a 47 to 55.5 first series GM full-size pickup trucks. On a difficulty scale of 1 to 5, this is solid 4. The reason being, it's really a two-person job. It makes it easier to do, and it's going to be less messy if you have someone helping you. Greg, why don't you tell us the tools we're going to need to do this job?
We'll be using Weatherstrip adhesive, acid brushes, nitro gloves, Weatherstrip installation tool, and tape.
I'm here today to show you how to remove the parts on the 47 to 55.5 first series GM truck. The reason we're doing it on this one is the other truck in the intro is being built for SEMA and everything was removed to start the build. So I'm going to show you how to take off the parts on this old truck. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is remove the old door seal, and it'd be somewhat common to have pieces missing. So we'll start, it's glued down, so kind of pull, it's going to be dried up and crusty, but get behind it with a Weatherstrip installation tool and just kind of scoot it up, and it's going to start coming off like this one. Make sure you got it all. I have all door Weatherstrip removed on the rest of the door. We have this section here. You need to remove the trim plate here. This one's pretty corroded, but you're gonna have about 8 screws you need to remove. Actually, this screw is broken off, so let's start with this one. I'll come back to that one. This one, we'll have to work on getting out, maybe drill it out or knock the head off, but you'll have to replace this trim piece anyway. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how the Weatherstrip is orientated on the door, just like that. We highly recommend that you start in the middle on the bottom of the door here. That's how it's going to go. So Greg, why don't you explain the best way to apply adhesive to the seal?
The adhesive we're using, we're going to apply it to the door with the acid brush. And we're going to do this in short sections. Then we're going to go ahead and apply some to the seal. And we'll go ahead and install that on the truck. Okay, now what we've done also is we've removed sections of tape from the main roll, and we're going to apply that holding the seal onto the door. And we'll get started around the corner.
Now you notice that we're going to have to twist it around the corner, which is how it works. So we twisted it, and then we're going to go up the door.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tape that down. We've brought our weather strip along the bottom, on the back, up over the top. Now we need to get our weather strip behind the hinges. So we're going to thread this through. In doing this, it has caused a twist at the top, so we need to straighten our seal out. Now we're going to be gluing this weather strip onto the door in 3 sections. Above the hinge, between the hinges, and then below the hinge around the bottom corner. Now paying attention to the orientation of the seal, we'll apply the adhesive onto the door. Now the adhesive onto the corresponding surfaces of the weather strip. We've done this section above the hinge. We're going to pull out some of the weather strip so we can place adhesive on the seal and on the door. Now the front side of this door is where the acid brush and that weather strip tool will really come in handy, reaching back into this small area. Set this into place using the weather strip installation tool. now we will do the section below the hinge. Going to apply adhesive around the corner along the bottom edge. Now, as we did on the back side of the door, we want to take the weather strip and make a twist so it corresponds to the bottom of the door. And it'll match up to the previous section we installed. Now I'm applying adhesive to the door and the weather strip in such a manner that I'll leave a couple inches before the seam. All right, so now we're at the bottom where we want to seam these together. I'm actually putting a little pressure back on that seal, and I want to cut it just about, maybe a 1/4 inch over the end of the one that's already glued to the door. I want to make sure we get a nice straight cut. Now we'll test fit it. We'll apply our adhesive. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little bit on the end, the one that's already glued. And also a little bit on the end of this one.
And then once the glue sets up some more, we'll take the tape off and we'll put the stainless trim back on down here. Alright, now we have some time for the adhesive to set up on the weather strip here. We're going to put the stainless trim back on. Obviously this is new. The holes need to line up, but the bottom here goes over the lip like this. So we'll make sure it's that way, and you're going to have to press down on it to get the holes to line up because the weather strip is new. So we'll just press down. Kind of leave them a little loose as you work your way across to give you a little bit of adjustment. What can happen sometimes is that you're putting this on, the lip that needs to be out is tucked underneath the stainless trim. So what I've done is kind of loosen it back up. I'm going to take a weather strip installation tool and kind of just pull it out just work my way down. You can see how it's coming back out. And then once I'm done with this, I'll go back and tighten all the screws up. And then you're done.